We are cutting through the peaks of the Tian Shan, a high-altitude mountain range where ancient nomadic camps sit in the shadows of vertical granite walls. 90% of this nation is covered by these towering mountain ranges. And yet, Kyrgyzstan is quietly engineering a highly progressive digital nomad visa framework to bring foreign tech workers straight into its ancient nomadic borders. This chart maps the reality of modern geographic arbitrage. On the x-axis, we have the cost of living, and on the y-axis, environmental friction. Your standard remote hubs like Bali or Lisbon crowd up here in the high-cost, low-friction zone. But watch what happens when we plot Bishkek. It violently skews down into the extreme low-cost, high-friction corner of the map. If you earn Western currency and convert it to the Kyrgyzstani som, your financial leverage here is significant. The question is, are you willing to drastically slash your monthly burn rate if it requires compromising with a brutal continental climate and a completely different cultural lifestyle? Kyrgyzstan offers zero illusions of being a one-size-fits-all paradise. It is a highly specialized, uncompromising operating base built for a very specific type of worker. Getting in is highly efficient. If you aren't on the 60-nation visa-free list, their e-visa portal delivers rapid approval in days. Once inside, a specialized digital nomad status waives local work permit requirements and automates registration protocols for foreign tech freelancers. But you are not coming here to find local employment. Median wages sit shockingly low, hovering between $250 to $400 a month. This is an economy driven heavily by gold mining and agriculture. Local corporate positions offer almost no utility for expats because the domestic market is built on heavy industry and textiles. If your foreign remote income dries up, you have exactly zero local economic safety net to catch you. But that same local wage ceiling is exactly what creates incredible purchasing power if you hold dollars or euros. This bar chart compares housing costs. A fully renovated, modern one-bedroom apartment in a secure central district of Bishkek costs between $250 to $500 monthly. That same footprint in a western city easily clears $2,000. For that $500, this is your urban aesthetic. You get dense, grid-like blocks of Soviet-era apartment buildings, heavily softened by deep green, tree-lined canopies. Despite the incredibly low costs, Bishkek maintains a generally peaceful, walkable baseline for foreigners, provided you maintain your basic urban awareness. Financial survival here is binary. The local market offers you cheap, reliable infrastructure, but you must extract 100% of your economic value from abroad. Cultural integration here means accepting a deeply rooted, highly meat-centric tradition of nomadic hospitality. You are looking at beshbarmak, the national staple. It is a high-calorie communal platter of shredded horse meat, beef, handmade noodles, and rich onion broth. Even alternative dishes lean heavy. This is lagman, built on thick pulled noodles, dense carbohydrates, savory meats, and rich broths. The dietary trade-off is strict. This environment is restrictive and often frustrating for vegans, vegetarians, or anyone requiring diverse international cuisine. Securing fresh, cheap ingredients means navigating chaotic, traditional local hubs instead of sterile supermarkets. When you step into congested pedestrian choke points, like the stone archway of Bishkek's Osh Bazaar, petty pickpocketing becomes an active risk you must monitor. Yet, tucked away from that traditional market chaos, the capital hides a surprisingly vibrant, modern coffeehouse culture that offers quiet places to work. While daily sustenance is incredibly cheap, the rigid dietary inflexibility and the raw grit of the urban environment form a hard psychological barrier for comfort-seeking expats. The primary dictator of life in Kyrgyzstan is extreme altitude, creating a harsh continental climate that towers over the green foothills below. The massive payoff for enduring this environment arrives in a warm, crisp summer window from June to September. During these months, the high Alpine pastures, or jailus, are fully accessible for trekking and authentic nomadic immersion. Then the window completely closes, and you must face the harsh reality of a long, bitterly freezing Central Asian winter. When temperatures plunge below -15 degrees Celsius, high mountain passes block up. The landscape turns desolate. isolating structures in snow, and forcing a heavily indoor lifestyle. But there is a geographical anomaly right in the middle of this freezing terrain, Lake Issyk. Despite sitting at an altitude of 1,600 meters and being surrounded by snow-capped mountains throughout the winter, this lake never freezes. Deep water thermal activity and slight salinity keep these waters completely ice-free. You are trading year-round temperate comfort for a bipolar environment. It is incredibly rewarding in the summer and punishingly isolating in the winter. This decision tree charts exactly who should book a flight to Kyrgyzstan. It starts with your primary goal and splits into two distinct paths: maximizing runway and raw nature, or maintaining year-round comfort and diet diversity. The green light goes to the bootstrapping adventure nomad. If your filters allow for an omnivorous diet, a tolerance for freezing winters, and you want to pay $300 in rent, you thrive here, treating the harsh outdoors as a playground. But if you are a comfort-seeking expat, used to the amenities of Bali or Lisbon, this path flashes red. You will hit hard blockers on the -15-degree winters and meat-heavy diet, draining your morale faster than the cheap rent can save your wallet. Because the final reality of this Alpine sanctuary is that it operates on its own ancient terms. It is raw, isolated, and uncompromising. Would you trade the crowded Western concrete grid to baseline your remote workspace inside this yurt empire? Let us know in the comments below. Next stop, Laos, the slow-paced bamboo sanctuary of Southeast Asia. True geographic arbitrage always extracts a toll in comfort. Subscribe to stay real.